Before we go to our featured game, we've got Victoria against ACT in a semi-final with the winner going on to play Queensland. And from that game, we'll get someone to play New South Wales in the grand final. But that's a little bit down the road yet, as we see Carrie Norman pitching for Victoria, and she's going to start out against Lisa Pridham from the ACT. Pridham hits the ball hard to shortstop. Melanie Travers can't come up with it in time. It was a tough play on the ball, got the throw over, but Lisa Pridham beat it, and she's at first base. Natasha Devlin now steps in, lays down a nice bunt. Cheryl Ainsley makes a great play from first base to get her on the bunt, but that leaves a runner at second base now for the ACT as Joe Brown steps in. Hits the ball hard as usual. This one gets through into centre field. Peter Edderbone's got it. Here comes the runner to the plate. Quick throw home. Fantastic play by Peter Edderbone. And that gets Lisa Pridham and stops the ACT from scoring. Jenny, that was fantastic.
What a class player Peter is, and it really shows her experience there in that really tough, close play.
And the impressive thing was how quickly she got rid of the ball. As you can see, we're now into the bottom of the third inning. Melanie Travers steps in for Victoria against Kelly Gentle. No runs yet on the board. Melanie Travers, one of the great young players in Australian softball. With two strikes, she chases one down low and strikes out against Kelly Gentle. So with one out, happy ACT team. Peter Edderbone steps in. There's Leanne Evans, the coach of Victoria. That pitch right inside. It's Peter Edderbone in the way. She heads down to first base. And Jenny, great to see one of your fellow pitchers, Leanne Evans, out there coaching Victoria.
Leanne's doing a great job. Of course, Victoria had to claw their way back into this tournament from being really down after the round. So they've done a great job, and Leanne's pulling it together.
Denise Carrier up the middle, but the umpires are calling dead ball on this one. Looks like something happened. Might have been a sound. In fact, you can see the first base umpire. Yes, there was. Denise Carrier tipped the top of Joe Brown's glove on the swing, and of course the catcher can't interfere with the batter's attempt. You can see there the glove just flicked it, and so because of that the batter goes down to first base. Runners at first and second now. Cheryl Ainsley with a ground ball to second base. Susie Brown. Denise Carrier ducks out of the way, doesn't get it, but they get her at first. Throw up to second base. A rare double play. Went Brown to Judd and then up to Lisa Pridham. Fantastic defence. Good base running too by Denise Carrier.
Really good thinking by the ACT team to go to first and then get the double at second.
So we're through 3 innings. 3 hits to 2. 1 error each, but no runs. Another good crowd in. This tournament's been very well attended in this fabulous new facility. And now into the top of the 4th inning. Gary Norman still pitching for Victoria, and Susie Brown made that great play. Pops the ball up behind third base into foul territory, and Ros Coonan just steps across comfortably and makes the out. And now the pitcher, Kelly Gentle, gives this a bit of a whack up through the middle and into centre field. So Kelly Gentle with a base hit. Shelley Moore now with the ball coming off. Carrie Norman, great play by Ros Coonan over to first base, and that retires the ACT. That was a tough play, and she did a great job. Victorian team there in the dugout, pretty happy with the way things are going, but they'd love to get a run as we go now into the bottom of the 4th inning. And Kirsty Jennings leading off for Victoria. Hits this hard, gets all of this. This is smashed into right field. Fantastic piece of hitting and a home run, and Victoria are in front.
Kirsty never fails to swing that bat really hard, so no surprise to see the ball sailing over the fence there, Mike.
Great piece of hitting. Good start for Victoria now. We're in the 4th inning and they finally get a run. They lead 1-0 as Ros Coonan comes up. Goes down off low pitch and lifts it into the right centre field gap. Natasha Devlin back against the fence. Strong throw to second base, and that holds Ros Coonan at first. Victoria starting to get the bats going. Coonan now at second on a wild pitch, and Shelley Gwynn hits the ball back through the middle, stayed right on top of it, and puts runners at first and third for Victoria. And Jenny, they start to look good with the bats.
Yeah, they're putting a bit of pressure on the ACT field now. Oh!
Dora Ngove gets hit by the pitch, and a lot of batters so far in this tournament been hit by pitches. We saw Peter Edderbone earlier in the game.
I think that's a sign of the pitchers not wanting to give up anything at all, Mike.
Ros Coonan, Shelley Gwynn and Dora Ngove on base, and Peter Edderbone, the most dangerous hitter for Victoria, steps in. And they walk a low pitch outside, and that's going to score Ros Coonan with the second run of the ball game. Just what the ACT didn't want.
That's a tough position there. Peter's one of the leading batters of the tournament. Loaded bases, you don't want the ball over the fence.
And the ACT have decided they're going to bring Leanne Tyler in to replace Kelly Gentle. Denise Carriere hits it down, but an error by Kate Judd, and she beats it out. And another run scores. In fact, 2 runs come home. Shelley Gwynn and Dora Ngove on that little ball by Denise Carriere, and it's 4-0 now for Victoria as they start to blow this one open, and they're pretty happy about it. Here's Sherelle Ainsley, and a fly ball into deep centre field. Shelley Moore chases it back against the fence. Wonderful catch. One of the best catches that we've seen at this tournament. That was fantastic.
Right into the sun also, Mike, so that was a tough one.
Great job by Shelley Moore out in left field, but of course Victoria pick up another couple and lead 4-0 in this action-packed game. Just another beautiful day here at the Blacktown Olympic Centre at Aquilina Reserve as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Lisa Pridham's going to come in for the ACT, and she hits the ball out into left field. And just what the ACT needed. They're down 4-0 as Sally McCready comes in and gets all of this, drives it hard and deep into centre field, and it's gone for 2 runs. Great home run by Sally McCready.
That's a big hit right when they needed it. Couldn't leave it much longer in this game to claw back at Victoria.
This, of course, is a knockout semi-final, so the loser is out of the tournament and the winner goes on to play Queensland, and ACT stay in it. And with 2 out, Tiana Westbury has walked. So the ACT coming back. Now Susie Brown here in the top of the 5th with a runner on base. And she smashes this one. This is high in the air, deep to left field. Going back, it's a home run. The game, incredibly, is tied at 4-all.
Susie Brown very happy. That doesn't happen often.
Unbelievable. Victoria just cruising at 4-0. ACT couldn't really get anything going, and then home runs from McCready and Brown, a base hit from Pridham and a walk to Westbury. It's 4-all. So with 2 out, Richard McCready's got to be very happy as Kate Judd comes in. Hits the ball to second base, Shelley Gwynn, and she makes the comfortable out, but not before the ACT do a lot of damage in that inning. There you see Kate Judge, but it was Sally McCready and Joe Brown to make it 4-all, and now into the bottom of the 5th. And Kirsty Jennings, but she strikes out against Leanne Tyler. Nice pitch, just fooled her. Ros Coonan now the third base for Victoria steps in. Pitch on the outside corner. Ros Coonan wasn't convinced, might have been a little bit outside, but she strikes out. And the ACT, after scoring the 4 runs, retire Victoria quickly, and it's 4-all. Very close game this one, Jenny. Could go either way, and such an important game.
Yeah, for the chance to keep the tournament rolling for either of these teams. Just what the fans have come to see.
And so important, in fact, that Victoria have changed pitches and brought Sherelle Ainsley in to throw to Leanne Tyler, and she strikes her out. So Victoria hoping that Sherelle Ainsley can contain the ACT. Lisa Pridham now hits the ball hard to first base. Great play by Peter Eddebone, who's moved in there from centre field. Excellent defence, and that keeps the game tied at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. And got a good crowd in again as usual, and pretty relaxed ACT team. They're out in centre field and just having a little game there to decide a few things. They seem to have sorted things out now. Obviously a democratic process as Amy Borbiro hits the ball off the glove of Sally McCready. That heads out to left field. So Victoria, here in this crucial bottom of the 6th, get the first runner aboard as Shelley Gwynn steps in. Hits the ball really hard into centre field. Nice piece of hitting. The runner is safely into second base, Amy Borbiro. So we have runners at first and second. Melanie Travis now with a bunt. ACT go to third base, Kate Judd, but they don't get her. And that loads the bases for Victoria. This is a great opportunity. Peter Eddebone, the best hitter for Victoria, steps in. I'll be looking for her to do something, put them in front. Waits on the pitch, back through the middle. That's perfect. Tiana Westbury can't come up with it, and 2 runs are going to score. brings in Amy Barbero and Shelley Gwynn, and Victoria now leads 6-4. They keep things going with Denise Carriere. And play at the plate. That's a nice play by Sally McCready to get Melanie Travers at home plate. Cheryl Ainsley now with a high fly ball out into right field. Natasha Devlin takes the catch, but that's going to score Peter Eddebone from third base. And Victoria now 7-4. And Jenny, it looks like it might be enough.
I'd never count ACT out, Mike. They're a really tough group of girls, so I'd never count them out.
Jackie Ames pops one up behind the home plate. Joe Brown takes it. But 3 runs from Victoria in the bottom of the 6th inning gives them that 7-4 lead. And of course now they just need 3 outs here in the top of the 7th to end the ball game and put themselves into the preliminary final against Queensland. But first they've got to get past Sally McCready with 1 out. McCready hits the ball hard into centre field as usual. Great piece of hitting. Strong throw back into the infield, but McCready is held at first base. And now with 2 out and a runner at first base, Tiana Westbury comes in. Last chance to the ACT, but a ground ball to Ros Coonan. She makes a comfortable play over to first base. And a pretty excited Victorian team. They've defeated ACT, knocked them out of the tournament. A couple of big innings. They scored 4 in the 4th. ACT answered it with 4 in the 5th, then 3 in the bottom of the 6th. And they go out to win 7-4 and go on to play Queensland. And after the game, Jenny Holiday caught up with the Victorian captain, Peter Eddebone.
Peter Eddebone, congratulations. A great game. It was a tough one. You had to win that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ACT is so unpredictable. We've had fantastic games against them in the past, but luckily we came out on top today, so that was good for Victoria.
Yeah. Terrific game. Of course, they gave you a bit of a hard time in the batting box. Didn't want to let you give you anything. Was it a bit frustrating?
I mean, I guess I'm kind of used to it. I mean, obviously I'm probably one batter that they target, so I know that they're going to be pretty tough on me. So, you know, when I got hit, it was like, okay, that's all right, next time. But yeah, you never know what to expect. So,
Pete, good luck for the rest of the tournament and to Victoria, and look forward to seeing you hopefully in the green and gold in September.
Great, thanks.